Gena Rowlands is the most feminine person I've ever known. She's also the toughest. Suppose if you were building an actress that was bionic or something, she'd be it. Beautiful, intelligent, aggressive, nurturing, erudite, brave, well-read, tireless, confident, warm, cold, unflinching, glorious, everything. Yeah, that's about right. Gena Rowlands is everything. And tonight, she is receiving an Academy Award. First Oscar in the family. All I can say is it's about damn time. I myself come from a filmmaking family. My parents made movies out of the house. Mom was a working actress long before I was born, but when she worked with John, it was different. They made different types of movies. Gena started them. Dad directed them. They were a team. She was his creative partner. He was hers. And they made movies not because they wanted to be rich or famous, or I don't even think they cared if they were good or not. They made them because they were interested in them. Only. They shot them at home. Strange crew members dominated the house all the time, eating, sometimes sleeping there. My bedroom was the edit room. Made for an interesting childhood. But it was a great time. It was an exciting time. And they did some fantastic work, watershed kind of films. And I think it was at that time, my ride's here. I think it was at that time that Gena turned into a supernova. Mabel Longetti, Gloria Swenson, many more, Sarah Lawrence, Myrtle Gordon. I mean, you look around, there's a lot of great actresses in this room. But she's the best one on the planet. Of course, I'm her son. As a kid, you'd always know when Gena'd get a part because she would lock herself in her room for 3 months and wouldn't come out. People would bring her food. You'd check in on her once in a while because maybe you had something to talk to her about, but she never left the room. And when you came in, you'd say, "Hi, Mom," and she'd put her script down politely and say, "Hello." And you knew that you knew that she loved you. But you also knew what she really wanted to do was get back to her work. So there'd be an uncomfortable pause, and you'd leave the room, and out of the corner of your eye, you'd see her picking her script back up again. And that's the thing with Gena. Her level of interest, the work she puts in, it's like a crazy person. When I was 8 years old, my mother, after school, read the Encyclopedia Britannica to me from A to Z and explained everything as she went because she thought it was fun. Remember that? Made a movie about that one, yeah. So when you have the pleasure to see a Gena Rowlands performance, and we've seen them all, and it was really great to see all that stuff, just know that it's a work of a manically devoted, crazy person, a wild pack animal, so insanely interested in her work that she's run through every emotional, physical, spiritual, cerebral life choice for that character thousands of times. And that's why when you come to the set, she sits there and she says, ready to shoot, bring it on. A number of years ago, I made a movie with her called The Notebook. And, thank you very much. We had a scene to shoot. It was about a woman who had Alzheimer's, and, you know, towards the end of the film, she can't remember her husband or anything else, and she remembers her husband for 5 minutes. And she and Jimmy Garner get to have a moment together before she goes away. And we shot a very nice, lovely, subtle scene, and Gena's performance was nuanced and just lovely. And unfortunately, I hadn't done enough homework, so when I saw the film put together, what the film really needed was a kind of a very sudden release moment, like, oh my God, I've seen you, and it just needed it. And not only that, I was the one that had to go and tell her that we needed to reshoot. She looked at me and she said, so what? You want me just to remember and just burst into tears at the drop of a hat? And I said, yeah, that's kind of what I need, and can you do it? And she looked at me and she said, son, I can do anything. And she could. Ask Gena Rowlands. 60 years of acting, over 100 recorded performances, a lifetime of achievement. Lastly, I congratulate all the actors in the room. Acting at sometimes can be very difficult, and at other times it can be quite simple. So in opening night, the great Myrtle Gordon, a legendary stage actress, is struggling to find her character, and she just can't find it. And she's talking to her director, and she says, she's nothing. She's nothing. Does she win or does she lose? That's all I need to know. Does she win or does she lose? I'm beginning to think I'm crazy for even asking the question anymore. Does she win or does she lose? Well, Mom, come on up. Tonight you win.